Hello, everybody, and welcome to the Sports Talking Network. Welcome to this video, a video that I even bring out to create earlier in the week. But remember to, when the night came for the premiere of this very show that I'm going to now speak about, and that's a show called This Is Us. This is Us returning on NBC for its fourth season, not fourth and final, because I think they have three or 4 year contract or 3 or 4 season contract continuing on the show. I do have on mute the Sunday Night Football game. It was an interesting Sunday of football. The Packers played on Thursday. We lost. I'll talk about all that in the NFL podcast next week. Next week it will be Wednesday night, 7 p.m. Central. I'll have a guest from my Who Done It family on Twitter. So my Who Done It Twitter family, just Who Done It family. Period. Beyond Becky, who's my co-host, part of the Who Done It family. Of mine, I have my wrestling family, my football family on social media in general, and my Who Done It family. I now have, or gaming family with Who Done It and doing one game of Twitter the challenge game that I did a couple weeks ago. So, anyways, let's actually get talk about this. Talk about the show that I'm here to speak about. This is season 4 premiere. No, our biggest takeaways just of the show overall. Happy to see the show back. Obviously, back going to be back for a couple of seasons. So, yeah, simply welcome back. This is Us fans. And as ever, the show decides to shake things up with the season 4 premiere Strangers by introducing a host of new characters and dynamics. Here we'll break down and share the 5 biggest takeaways and maybe some other little thoughts that I may have in regards to this episode. So hopefully you enjoy my opinion, my thoughts on it, of the show that we love. That is, This Is Us. Excuse me, sorry. Dang it. Anyways, I get to my notes here. Let's get to the obvious out of the way. This Is Us present day timeline kicks off a little bit after where we left off at the end of season 3 and is progressing the main storyline about exactly as expected. Randall, Beth, and the kids have moved to Philadelphia. Kevin, whose arc flatlined a bit after last season's Vietnam saga, at least to me it did, is spending more time with Miguel and Rebecca, who have officially relocated to LA. And while Baby Jack is continuing to improve, Kate and Toby are still weathering difficulties as they wade through various medical problems. Oh, and also is the day of the Big Three's birthday. This is a tradition that, of course, takes us back to the series pilots, back to the series premiere itself. But anyways, there was a lot of new material introduced in this season's premiere that connects to the Pearson family in various ways. Around the subplot revolving around Rebecca and Jack's early courtship, and more on that later, but things to tend to first, we're introduced to 3 new, never been before seen characters, right? That's kind of how that works. Never before seen because they're new. Who at first glance have nothing to do with any of the This Is Us regular cast. Then again, the discerning viewer, of course, will quickly realize the relevance will come in the form of a breaking reveal, but at the moment, the meanest of these three launches arguably belongs to Cassie, played by Jennifer Morrison. As we meet her, she's serving in the U.S. Army in the Middle East, video chatting with her husband about missing him and their child, before heading back to an unknown danger. The bulk of her story, however, concerns her experience as a veteran, returning home to a warm welcome party, only to struggle with the demands and grind of normal daily life. She can't find a job, she can't get along with her husband, and when she has her child, the family reaches a breaking point. She separates from them and starts attending support groups at the VA. In one session, she's telling her story. The glass window behind her abruptly violently shatters, and we learn that Nicky Pearson is the main man responsible. He's arrested and back in LA. Kevin is called to come to his rescue, but there's a moment where Nicky and Cassie lock eyes, indicating that these 2 characters may have more encounters in the future. The second new character, Malik, is a seemingly carefree teenager who, we soon learn, is carrying much more responsibility than most people his age. He's a father. He lives with supportive, hard-working parents. His mother is played by Stephanie Blake. Both she and Black were Emmy nominated for When They See Us, and works with his dad in another shop on the side. But the pressures of supporting his own family remain. He's intrigued by less than legal work run by elements of his father, but he's a good kid from a good family and gets talked away from that world, at least for now. He ends up at a barbecue one of his friends is hosting, and while he's flipping burgers, he's introduced to a girl who's new to town, Deja. The two strike up an immediate connection. Safe to say this one spark that won't be dying out anytime soon for sure, and we'll continue to see that storyline, that situation flourish moving forward. And finally, we have an unnamed man who appears to be living fairly well. He wakes up hungover in his bed, empty bottles surrounding his large apartment. But then, in a surprise, we find that he is legally blind, with an adorable pup by his side. He heads to a diner for food, banter with the waitress, and they connect immediately. And in This Is Us fashion, the action hurtles forward. We watch them grow more comfortably with one another. He proposes to her successfully, and then the woman breaks the news that she's pregnant. But before she wanted to be. Perhaps, but a joyous piece of news for them nonetheless. As to how he connects to the broader This Is Us tapestry, this bit of info takes the longest to come into focus. If only because it's the biggest. The lack of name dropping, not to mention lack of peers is very much by design. Because in the episode's climactic montage, we realize he is baby Jack Pearson, all grown up. In the present timeline, intercut with the revelation, Kate and Toby learn that their baby is and will remain legally blind. And Jack is an adult. He's doing just fine. Earlier in this episode, he hinted about his musical aspirations. The last glimpse we get is him walking onto a stage before a huge multi-tier crowd. Go crazy for him, and he's introduced. He performs beautifully, lovely, making good on the musical aspirations of his mother and grandmother. And also here, that's Rebecca's father have a rivalry. The theme of strangers is fitting the power of a chance encounter. It's crazy just how how just like that, a stranger can become a big part of your story. Rebecca tells Jack. The final piece of the particular This Is Us puzzle takes place just after Rebecca and Jack, knowing each other for only a week, drive cross country to LA for Rebecca to fulfill her musical dreams. Only to have them quietly broken when she's told she's merely Pittsburgh good. It's fitting that the early days of the central love story of This Is Us anchor an episode filled with chance encounters. And so with that, we watch Jack and Rebecca continue to fall into each other's rhymes. The main event is a dinner with Rebecca's parents and family friends at their country club. Jack is out of place. He has to wear a sports coat, which he borrows on a loan from a friendly salesman who is Miguel, another first meeting, and fields difficult questions, but gathers strength, asserting who he is and what he's been through, and why he cares for Rebecca for all to hear. The triumph of his winning Rebecca's people over is quickly undercut, however, by Rebecca's father, pulling him aside after the dinner ends on a high note. He tells him that he's not the man for Rebecca. He won't be a good provider. He's caring too much from the war. And he'll do everything he can to stop it. Isn't that anything new in regards to a father protecting his daughter in that regard? But good luck with that. Though we'll surely see this tension play out more in the weeks to come, going from there. So, yeah, all in all, a great episode for sure. I certainly look forward to it, as I always am with any show that I'm talking about or watching, how things move along, moving forward. Sorry about the camera angle there. But I was looking at my notes on the computer, so sometimes it moves around here on my legs. Anyways, Great episode. Looking forward to seeing how things go moving forward. And as this does, hit it out of the park with the premiere here of season 4. We start off with a bang, with a great episode. Season 4, episode 1, Strangers. Indeed. But I hope you all have a great rest of your evening enjoying this review and other things. Welcome to follow me on the Twitter. I don't know why I speak like that, but on the Twitter's personal handle at Army_strong_06. Also wanted to promote, since we did or not we, but the game did its Scared Spirit ceremony, and I'll always promote this in any video I do because that's me. I shamelessly or shamefully, whatever, more shamelessly plug the game because I enjoy being part of it, and I hope to run a Whodunit game in the future. But Whodunit Spooked, follow them, ring the bell, tweet. You can even mention me in it. Hashtag Team Kapleen or whatever. But hope you all have a great rest of your evening as I continue to ramble. And I really do hope your weekend was awesome. I know, your days or your life isn't always awesome all the time, but I do try my own way to think positive, doing better with my battle anxiety and this and that. I might do another video in regards to anxiety here in the near future, maybe with my friend again, but we'll see. But anyways, Monday's coming tomorrow. It'll be another great week, I'm sure, for everybody. So enjoy your evening, enjoy time with your family, time by yourself, time with your loved one, your significant other, or whoever, a pet, a friend, whoever, whatever. But above all else, as always, take care.